Let's discuss the enthalpy change or energy change in chemistry worksheet number 2. Yesterday we learned already the worksheet number 1, and then I give already the worksheet number 2 as a homework. Now let's see from number 4. This is the continuation of worksheet 1. Number 4, the alcohol 2-methyl-propantool reacts to form esters that are used as flavorings by the food industries. The alcohol can be oxidized to produce carbon dioxide and water. A student carried out an experiment on a pure sample of 2-methyl-propantool to determine its enthalpy of combustion. So this is measuring the enthalpy of combustion. A sample of alcohol was placed into a spirit burner and positioned under a beaker containing 50 cm³ of water. The spirit burner was ignited and then allowed to burn for several minutes before it was extinguished. The results for the experiment are shown in table 1. So there is an initial temperature, final temperature of the water, and then initial mass of the spirit burner and alcohol. Of course, we cannot measure the mass of the alcohol only, but we have to measure the mass of the spirit burner and the alcohol. And then there is a final mass of the spirit burner and alcohol after it is used to heat the water. Okay, so the initial water at room temperature, it was found to be 18.1 degrees Celsius, and then the final temperature of the water is 45.4 degrees Celsius. The heating process, it does not require for the water to be heated until 90 degrees Celsius or until 100 degrees Celsius. The important it is only increase. There is an increase, so from the increase we can calculate how much energy is required to heat the water with the temperature difference, and we can find how many kilogram or how many grams of the alcohol used. We measure from the heat change. Using the result, use the result table 1, calculate the value of the heat energy released from the combustion of the sample. The specific heat capacity of water is 4.18 joule per Kelvin gram. So what do we have to do here? We have to find the Q. Q is the heat. The heat energy released by the alcohol and release that is accepted by the water. Energy released by the alcohol, which is also accepted by the water. We are not able to calculate the heat that is given out by the alcohol because the specific heat capacity of alcohol is not given, but here specific heat capacity of the water. So the water is heated. So here we use the mass. It is the mass of the water, which is 50 gram, because the unit of the specific heat capacity is in gram. So we can use the mass in gram. And then temperature is 27.3, the difference in the temperature. Why don't we convert into Kelvin? Why do we have to use the Celsius? Although it is Celsius or Kelvin, example 18.1 plus 273, it will be the same as 45.4 minus 18.1. So let's see, 18.1 plus 273 will become 291.3. 1 Kelvin. And then 45.4 plus 273 will become 318.4. So here, if we calculate the difference between the Kelvin and the Celsius will produce the same number. Okay, so it is not necessary to convert into Kelvin because we need only the difference. The difference in Celsius is the same as the difference in Kelvin. So it is 27.3, then we multiply, we get 5706 joule, which we convert into kilojoule will become 5.7 kilojoule. And then calculate the amount in moles of 2-methyl propan-2-ol burned in the experiment. So in here we have to find the moles. What is the mass? So we find here what is the mass of the alcohol. We find the mass of the alcohol by subtracting 208.58 minus 208.80. Okay, and then we found that 0.22 grams has been lost. Okay, so the mass given, the mass that is used is 0.22. So 0.22 divided by the molar mass of 2-methyl propan-2-ol, which is 74 gram per mole, and then we find the moles. So what is the meaning of the moles here? It means that 5.7 kilojoule in 0.00297 moles is used to increase the temperature of the water as much as 27.3 degrees Celsius. We need to find the unit of the enthalpy change in kilojoule per 1 mole. Previously, the amount of the joule of the amount of the heat is 5.7 kilojoule per 0.00297 moles, and then we need to find how many or how much kilojoule is required for 1 mole, and then we divide 5706 divide by this one, this much of moles, because we need to find in 1 mole, and then we get as much as 1921 kilojoule per mole. So this is, it can be done using cross multiplication or using ratio. 5706 joule equals to 0.00297, and then in order to make 1 mole requires how many? Okay, next question, an equation for the combustion. Now this one is the combustion using this one. The question is asked to measure the enthalpy change of combustion. How much energy is needed to combust this 2-methyl propan-2-ol in order to become carbon dioxide and water? So what do we have to do in here? We have to do in here is by observing the information data that the question is given already for the HF for this one CH3 3 times COH and then O2, CO2 and H2O. They have their own respective enthalpy change of formation. We know enthalpy change of formation is the formation of 1 mole of a substance from the constituent elements in standard state. In their own standard state, it means if oxygen, of course the oxygen has to be in gaseous state. If carbon, then the carbon must be in solid state. Hydrogen has to be hydrogen as a molecule in gaseous state. So here we have to make the Hess-Law cycle. We can calculate this one. We can use this calculation only to check whether our calculation using the Hess-Law is correct or incorrect. Okay, so let me change this one. Okay, so we do like this one. This is the elements. Elements become the compound. And these are the products. These are the products. Okay, and then the question is asked for the enthalpy change of combustion. So this delta Hc is become the question. From elements become this compound, this reactant. What are these? Consisting of oxygen molecule and 2-methyl propan 2-ol. Obvious, there is only here one copper, one methyl propan 2-ol, 1 mole. So meaning the delta HF also multiplied by 1. Over here there are 4 moles of carbon dioxide. So the direct root delta HF of CO2 multiplied by 4. Why? Because forming 4 CO2. And then over here multiply by 5. Why? Because it is the formation of 5 H2O. And then after we establish this Hess-Law cycle, this is the crucial. The crucial is making the Hess-Law cycle. If only calculation, it is not difficult. Why? Because calculation only substitute the value. Substituting the value is not difficult, and also the simple algebra, solving simple algebra is not a problem for grade 11 student. Okay, so the important is in this cycle. We have to know the concept of direct and indirect root, and then also the concept of enthalpy change of formation, enthalpy change of combustion, enthalpy change of reaction. So after we establish and then we make the formula, direct root equals to indirect roots, and then we substitute all the values, we calculate all the values using simple algebra. We found that the delta Hc of this 2-methyl propan 2-ol to be 2642 kilojoule per mole. Because it is combustion, so it must be an exothermic. Exothermic has a negative symbol. Okay, next question here. An accurate value for the enthalpy change of combustion is 2422 kilojoule per mole. Use this value and your answer in part B on the previous to calculate the overall percentage error. So in here the percentage error, how can we know? Because this is based on the accurate is done by the scientist. Why is the result not accurate? Because when a person does the experiment, he or she must use his or her own condition. If accurate, then all the pressure must be 1 atm, exactly 1 atm, and then the temperature must be 25 degrees Celsius. We know in common school laboratory it is not at 25 degrees Celsius. So in order to find the error is the standard minus the value of the calculated and then divide by the standard times 100% and found to be the error as much as 20.68%. So this is the error is quite big. So if error quite big like this, there must be some discrepancy of the environment conditions. Maybe at the time the experiment was measured when the temperature of the room around 30 degrees Celsius, or when it is in different condition but could be not in at 25 degrees Celsius and not 1 atmospheric pressure. E suggests one improvement that would reduce the errors due to heat loss in students' experiment. So we have to reduce the distance between the flame and the beaker. That makes the error quite high. The error quite high, 20% is too high. It should be less than 1%. Or second, the error can be reduced by using a sleeve around the flame to protect from drafts, and also can put lid of the calorimeter so there is no heat loss or heat gain. And then there is we have to use the proper equipment to measure the enthalpy change. F suggests one other source of errors in the student's experiment. We must not include the heat loss, apparatus loss, or student's error. So it must be from the system itself. It is incomplete combustion, because in here we predict that all the methyl propanol will be burned to produce carbon dioxide and water. But in fact there could be incomplete combustion occurs. The incomplete combustion will produce carbon monoxide and soot. The carbon monoxide will reduce the amount of the carbon dioxide, that makes the amount of oxygen is also not at its optimum condition. And then next page, group 2 metals and their compounds are used commercially in a variety of process. Strontium, extraction of strontium from strontium oxide by heating of the strontium oxide with aluminium. So there is a metal displacement. We know aluminium is a reactive metal, and then strontium oxide is less reactive metal. So aluminium can displace the strontium in the process that makes the strontium is extracted. Using the information and the data and also the equation, we have to find the enthalpy required to conduct this experiment. So using the value, and we have to find the enthalpy change. The second question, in the use of the increase of the powdered strontium oxide and powdered aluminum increase the surface area, and then suggest one reason why this increase the reaction rate, and then suggest one major reason why this method of extracting strontium is expensive. Okay. First, we have to find the enthalpy change. Enthalpy change, we use this conventional method in order to find the answer, but in A level and also in our Cambridge, use the Haslov cycle. So all students are expected to be able to draw the Haslov cycle of a reaction. So in here, just like in the previous, so we have to do element plus compound or reactant become product. So this one, the product, so this is the direct route, and this one is the indirect routes. There are 3 moles of strontium oxide, so the delta HF must be multiplied by 3. So we find the delta HR because it is a reaction, and then we use the formula and substitute the values, do the simple algebra, and then we get the value to be the same as we do the conventional method in IGCSE. And then why use powders? Because powder has bigger surface area that increase the frequency of collision. Okay, so increase collision. And then why is the extraction is expensive? Because in the equation, pure aluminum is used. Pure aluminum is used. Pure aluminum is used. We know aluminum is a reactive metal. In order to extract aluminum, then electrolysis must be used. And then if the electrolysis of aluminum is used, we know electrolysis requires huge amount of energy, because aluminum at room temperature and pressure it is solid. In order to extract aluminum from its ore using electrolysis, the temperature has to be high, and there has to be a maintenance for the electricity. Maintaining the electricity and the temperature of the reaction requires some amount of fossil fuel. Then some amount of fossil fuel also will produce carbon dioxide, SDX house. So in the end, the process is expensive. Now let's continue to the next part, which is the last page. Explain why calcium has higher melting point than strontium. We see based on the size of the cations. Cation radius, and then we can see from the data booklet. In the data booklet, we can see, and from here, calcium and strontium. In the cation, the calcium is having smaller radius than strontium, meaning that if calcium is smaller, so it is closer to the nucleus. Closer to the nucleus, it means less number of shells. Less number of shells means it has stronger nuclear charge. And then if stronger nuclear charge, we know that the smaller the cation, the better the ability to polarize the negative ion. And then strontium has bigger size, bigger radius, and then if bigger radius, it means the nuclear charge is not strong. Okay, nuclear charge not strong affect to the strength of the metallic bonding. Now the last question. Magnesium is used in fireworks. It reacts rapidly with oxygen burning with a bright white light. Magnesium oxide. Magnesium reacts with cold water. Write an equation magnesium with oxygen. So magnesium with oxygen will form magnesium oxide. And then magnesium reacts with cold water will become magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. And then give a medical use for magnesium compound formed in the reaction of magnesium with cold water. This is not only the common use, but used for medical purposes. For medical purposes, magnesium is used as a compound for the antacid. The name is magnesium hydroxide. In the market, in Indonesian market, we see Proma and also Milanta. Those two, Milanta and Proma, called as antacid. It contains metal hydroxide that can neutralize the acidity in the stomach. Okay, so this is the discussion of energy change in chemistry worksheet 2.